There we go, guys. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, guys. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Light's getting better. Yeah. Slowly but surely. I'm gradually getting all this fixed for the new set of America's Mentor. And yeah, look, I got the palm trees too, man. I'm slowly but surely. I got a text yesterday morning. Where are the palm trees? Oh, by the way, good morning. It's just I got friends I got here, the loves of my life. Anyway, I gotta go see Mom today. This Tuesday, day off, do the shopping for her. And one thing I know when I get there is I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna actually see the track marks of her walker on the floor. You can see it's almost like railroad tracks, man. Where she walks, and when she gets up, she walks the exact same route every single day. And she had mentioned to me when she got home about a week and a half ago that she was really scared of falling. And I said, Mom, listen, you got to ride the wall, man. You got to become a rat. You got to ride the wall, not holding onto it. Just walk against the furniture. It'll give you a more sense of peace and comfort. And basically, what was I explaining to her was getting rid of the psychosomatic effects of what had happened to her in life and helping her out. Not that she'll follow it. She's just stuck in her own way, man. But that's so pivotal. That's so pivotal in our life, to change our environment if our environment is not conducive to where we want to go. A lot of us are stuck in the same pattern. Perfect question. How'd you wake up today? What was the first thought in your mind? Was it missing someone? Was it dwelling on something? Was it, the minute you go to sleep at night, usually you bring to your waking hours of the day. So it's real important that you clean your mind, you let things go. Easier said than done, because we've had a lot of past lives, man. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy, but yeah, we were born, and then we were infants, and then toddlers, and then adolescents, and then teenagers, and then adults, and then seniors, and in my case. But all these different lives all get stored up here, man. They all get stored. They become our thought patterns in life. And transformation is basically you thinking differently. So how can you think differently? It's really hard when you got all this storage up there. Think of the inside of your skull as this big, massive wall of plugs. And everything you think about will plug into that emotion to a match with what you're thinking about every day. And if you keep plugging into that thought or that past or that experience or that past life that you've lived in every day, that's basically what you're bringing about in your life every single day in thought and feeling, therefore manifesting in your state and being. It's easier said than done, but the easiest way that I did it and that I wanted to do it and that I keep doing every day, by changing my environment. I spent a couple years up in that loft, man, and there's a lot of memories, good and or bad, that were there. I wanted to bring the energy source of who I was back down where the creative juices are always flowing. And that's what you guys should do for yourself. Well, whatever you're doing. I know people have certain rooms in their house, and it's so important because you can't let the past go. The past is not going to go away. It's not going to go away, meatball. It's not. What you can do is change your thought about it. And when you change your thought about something, you change how you look at something. When you realize your experiences are nothing more than something you should learn from. I love the Israelis. You guys who are a little older in the echelon of age might remember back in the 80s and 90s, I think even the 2000s, where they were constantly fighting with their neighbors, the Palestinians, constantly. And Palestinians would send in these suicide bombers and literally blow up eateries full of people, buses full of people. It was devastating. I remember seeing that in the news. And what did the Israelis do? They're phenomenal. They basically, whatever they did, whatever happened, whatever bomb went off, whatever terrorist attack happened, they rebuilt it exactly the same way it was, because they wanted to keep the public's mentality of feeling safe in that same way. Indeed, they made changes on a security level, which still work to this day. But I admire that. They weren't afraid to put balls to the wall. Say, fine, you want to blow something up, that's fine. We're just going to rebuild it back the way it was. And the hell with you guys. That's how our life should be. Build your life the way you want it, live by it, and you're going to create from it. It's a really simple simple way of transforming, but how you create your environment that's around you is conducive to where you want to go. Out of the quote box today, a little bit late, I was kind of muttering along right here, guys. So think about this. If you don't let the light go out on your computer screen, now I'm just being facetious. Well, let me fix that thing. Wait, you're not going into power save mode. If you don't let the past die, it won't let you live. To let the past die is just putting it in the storehouse of the mind as a learning, as a lesson. You know, Johnny Cash, he was the famous country singer. He had a past that would blow you away. I mean, the guy literally was arrested. He went through marriages, and he finally found the love of his life, who passed away in 2006, and ultimately he died like 4 months later. He finally found that love of his life. But he had a great set of words. He said, "You build on failure. You use it as a stepping stone. You don't try to forget the mistakes, but you don't dwell on it." He was a ball of mistakes, man. This guy literally, he changed how country music is seen today in the most amazing way. But past is a noun. A past life, history, or course of action. Hence with synonyms of one time and sometime. You can allow what has happened to you to shape you, or you could take the power of transformation, change your environment, and let that new thought process create new plugs in your mind that you're going to live in. Whether it's like I create a new smell or a new ambiance or lights or this, whatever it might be, it's going to change your thought process. And if it feels good, keep doing it. The next word, not in the quote box, is called history. Yeah, a lot of us live by that. And like I mentioned with the Israelis and Johnny Cash's mentality of life, it goes history, a tale, and a story. Tale and a story. We keep telling ourselves the same story every day. We're going to keep thinking that way. We're going to keep living that way. We're going to keep creating that way. A lot of us are afraid to admit that. We think we're the outside world is the issue, and I say it many times here, America's Mentor. History is just the events of the past. Indeed, account, record, and story. Account, storing it. Record, that little between your left and right ear, and story that you keep telling yourself every day. I can't stress it enough. From my own experiences and how I transformed and keep transforming myself just by the way I see life and how I think of myself. And if you guys can get that through your little thick heads, man, between your left and right there, that you're worthy and you're able to have, to be, to do anything you want in life, you create an environment that is conducive to that path you are trying to create, the new patterns in the rugs per se, as I was saying about my mom. It's naturally going to occur. You don't have to fight it anymore, because the minute you walk into that environment every single day, you're going to start creating from that environment every single day. How many of you still have your furniture in the same spot in your home for the past 10 or 15 years? That pattern of walking literally is the same thought process that is coming back to you just by walking that path. You see the memories, you see the sadness, you see the happiness, you see the excitement, you see all these things. If it doesn't feel right, make changes, make a new pattern. Most importantly, that new pattern on your physical level is going to create a new pattern on your thought level. And you're not denied. You're not denied. It's just, if you walk in somewhere that doesn't feel right, yeah, it's got bad energy. Yeah, meatball, you can change the energy. You literally can, just by moving a few pieces of material objects that create a new path, because it's like driving a new way to work every day. You start seeing things differently. It's really, really that simple. It's a daily process. But if you create the anchor, which is where you are most of the time, where we are in our homes, or even at work if you can, in your office, whatever it might be, when you realize you have that power, you're naturally going to evolve into the environment that you create. And you'll stop attracting to you those same thoughts, which are creating the same circumstances, coincidences that keep happening in your life that you don't even know about. And it's a great epiphany of self if you don't let the past die. It doesn't have to die. It's always going to be there. To me, the past is the best wisdom, and I realize that it wasn't a pain machine anymore. It was a creation machine. Because if I'm not feeling right, I know that I'm living back there. I know that I'm living in a place in my mind where I don't want to be. Hence, how do you trick the mind? Create a new environment. and you keep doing it every day. I'm always changing shit around. I know friends of mine and people that I love dearly. They're always switching things around. It's not an OCD thing. They just don't feel right. And that's great. Maybe they don't understand what they're doing, but they're creating the most amazing environment just by switching around a few material objects, maybe adding a fragrance of something that'll get them in a great mood. They keep living by that mood every day. Therefore, they're going to create from that mood every day. So guys, hopefully the lighting is better. And this gave you just the basic rudiments of the starting process of transformation. It's a mind before it's a reality. You change how you feel inside with your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. You're going to change what you see on the outside. It's a simple process. It requires no labor. Well, maybe moving some furniture, but it's a mental process before it become a physical process. So guys, America's Mentor _radio at Instagram, at America's Mentor on Twitter, at America's Mentor on YouTube. Guys, thank you so much. TikTok, yeah, like I said before, I'm at the hell with you guys. I can't. I don't have time for that right now. But it's all good. I'll eventually get to